according to computer. So thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna make Abrams, I'm gonna make you co-host so you can admit people while I'm speaking.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So I can't play my video games and I actually have a job to do.
I will virtually
Right.
slap you. All right. So welcome to the 2021 exit interviews. I'm going to tell you the drama. There was a moment where we might have it, we don't have it, and all this stuff. I kept on pushing for it because these kids, their number one concern is, hey, I got to help my family. I need to get a job. Well, there's a poor paying job and a good one. So you need to learn at least the basics of what a resume is and the basics of an interview. So that's why this was pushed for them. So I'm going to go over that website, and I've been getting emails from people who are like, hey, New, where do I get the link for the thing? It's like, you didn't open my website, did you? So you people better have my website open. Here it is.
No, I think part of the problem is sometimes these emails get buried in so many other emails, especially when they're piggybacked on somebody else's. I had trouble finding all this stuff, and I flagged everything.
No, it doesn't matter. When you say new fan, you read it. I don't care about the other folks. So here it is. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys the published view of it. So the kids, they pretty much mimic what you guys have, except the assessment form. So here's the student information. Here's the staff. So everything you guys need is the information wise is here. For those who are of Google Meets is kind of foreign to you, it's right here. It's a quick video. Here's the interview process for the day of, how to access portfolios, but I'm gonna do all that with you guys. Here's the assessment form. You do not make a copy of this. This is called the expander right here. You click on that, guys. It expands and it takes you to the full view of your assessment. So during the interview, like, you know how you guys have 10 minutes prior, this part will be filled out. Like what's their name, ID number, who's their English teacher in the period. And then you will do the check marks off of here. Their English teachers will get the spreadsheets of their breakdown points. Just like we had the other years, guys, but remember how it's on paper? So it's just on digital form this year. So all of that's right there for you guys. A few things have changed because we're doing a video. They have to be able to speak clearly and loudly, because I know for a fact you guys have the experience. I'd be like, what are you saying? What are you saying? So they have to be able to speak up. Cameras need to be on. So this might be your one chance of seeing a child on camera. So all that stuff is there. So we had to modify the portfolios this year, guys. We had to cut it down because you guys have worked with kids. You know their bandwidth is terrible. Just uploading a file is annoying. Any of that stuff. So we cut it down to make it more doable this year. And it's concentrated on 3 factors: is either A, is this portfolio explaining what your college aspirations are? B, is it your career aspirations? Or C, you honestly don't know right now, but you're going to pick your best work that exemplifies the 4 years that you've been here. Those are the 3 options this year that the kids looked at. So I'm going to go back to the portfolio again. So here's the interview time right here, guys. So you click on the expander. I'm going to use the first one, Abrams, as an example. So you're going to go onto Google Meet prior to the students, because kids cannot hop in without you being in there first. So you're going to, this is the code that you put in. So if you're going to go to the Google Meet, move it over here. So I go to my grid or my waffle, whatever you prefer to call it by. Then you click on where the applications are, you hit Meet, and this is where you will enter your code. Then you hit join, for those who have not done Google Meets. Okay, so the code is there for you. I'm going to go back to this screen again. So your first appointment is at 10:45, and this is your student, Shayza. So you will click on her link. Here's Shayza. So one of the things they have to do is have a photo here. We were going to do cover videos, but it's such a struggle for kids to do with bandwidth that we do that there. Now we go to the career section. In the career section, these are the things that we're looking for. We're looking for their resume. And remember, you guys can expand it if you need to. Their transcripts, their cover letter recommendations. For this year, everybody's overwhelmed and you guys are getting constant emails about letter recommendations. So the minimum is 1 letter. If they have 3, great, but the minimum is 1. But then they also do their college insight questions here. And some teachers is either 3 or 4 questions that they have to answer. So you'll look right there also. How do you navigate this website? 2 ways. You can go to the next side right here, page, by clicking down here under academics, or going up to where it says home. So I'm going to click on academics. Here is her video production. or you can hit play, watch it in any way you want. Next is community service. For this year, because of the pandemic, the community service write-up and the achievements page are optional. So you might on your navigation notice that kids only have a home, career, and academics, because that's the minimum that we're accepting this year. So anything beyond that is considered extra credit. So here's their community service. You just take a look at it, go through them, and then you can ask them questions. You can come up with your own questions, or you can refer to the one that we have. Right here, here is the sample interview questions that you guys can take a look at. And this is where you guys would fill out the form. Remember, after your interview, you can do it during your interview if you guys want, or after, it's up to you. You just fill out what you need to fill out and then hit submit. What feedback do you have for the students? On the student questionnaire for the students, I said, at the end of your interview, try your best to ask your interviewer a question. So they might ask you about your opinion about their interview skills. How can they improve it? They might even ask, okay, I want to be a medical doctor and you're a science teacher, so what can I do? So just be prepared. They might ask you guys questions towards the end. And will there be glitches of the computer? Yes. Will there be tech issues? Yes. Will there be Wi-Fi issues? Yes. So things like that. So if you come in, you can have their portfolio up and ready, or if you prefer, you can have them open up their portfolio to view for you. So that's what's going to be done. And remember, on Wednesday, you are responsible for first period, meaning you take roll, you go over that WASC Wednesday presentation I created. And then second and third period, that's your time to go over the portfolios or do WASC materials. Okay? So I try my best to make it an easy day as much as possible for teachers and students, so you guys don't feel overwhelmed. All right? Any questions? I told you it was a quick training. Any questions?
How many interviewers are there per student?
Some of you guys might have 4, some of you guys might have 3.
Okay.
If a student had a blank portfolio and they only had 1 item, I did not put them in there. So things like that. But if you decide to, let's say you preview a portfolio early, remember those messages that we get that says require access? Shoot the kid an email or shoot me an email with the student's ID number. And I said, you must change this. So they do that. So let me go back to the website one more time so you guys can see. I'm going to close out hers. So everything you guys need here is how to use the Google Meets. Are my cheeks chubby? I've been gaining weight, guys. So how to use Google Meets here. Going further down, if you don't remember that, here's the schedule and here's the WASC for the 9th to 11th graders.
Do we know who our partners are?
I'm sorry, what?
Do we know who our partners are?
We might not have a partner because we don't need partners this year. We have enough teachers to do it. We have enough teachers to do one-on-one interviews. We don't need partners here. And I prefer not to do the partners because it was a pain getting guests. And then I had to feed them. You know, it was just a lot. So maybe next year I'm just going to do one-on-one. And I honestly want to continue doing video interviews next year because it's part of the field now. So it's part of the field where you do a video interview. A lot of people are more comfortable doing video than doing something in person because of COVID, because whatever the situation is. I'd rather prepare the kids that way. Okay. I do ask that you guys dress up from the chest up. Okay. No t-shirts of the Simpsons or any of that stuff. Dress up from the chest up. I don't care what you wear at the bottom. So that's the students right there. I'm going to show you guys the students section. So here is the Student Information Center. Very similar to ours. They have their interview times here. The interview process, theirs is a little bit more detailed than yours. They have a before, during, and after. I told the students I expect them to write a thank you letter to the interviewers because that is part of the real life interview process. Indeed, video tips, how to check their portfolios, even though I know for a fact they still have not shared everything. Google Meets, their interview cheat sheet, which they can use now and all the way to their 30, 40, 50. And then these possible interview questions. And this is the seniors WASC Wednesday lesson. So they have that and that's their schedule. So everything is set up for them. If you do not have the link to this, I'll give you guys the link right now.
No, did you just say that the WASC lesson is only for seniors?
It's broken up. One is for seniors, one is for 9 to 11.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I also have a question about the scores. So do we give them the opportunity to see the scores or do we?
You guys do not get to see the scores. Only them and their English teachers.
Okay, so when we fill it out, we don't tell them how they did.
Mm-mm, you don't. And they actually like the anticipation. The kids actually like that. And I just feel like I don't pronounce all their scores because it's an issue of ego, it's an issue of pride for the kids. So I only share it to their English teachers.
I have 9 through 12 tomorrow morning. Should I share two separate links, one for the 9 through
Yes.
11? And okay, and
Yes.
and it's independent. I was under the assumption I go through it with them.
You do.
But
You go
I do.
through. You go through with them. You said we do period 1 together, but remember period 2 and 3. You do this task and you have to drop it in the form for attendance.
Gotcha.
The form asks them what period they're doing this for, their name, and so I submit it for attendance for the rest of the periods.
So if I've got 9 through 12, I'll go through both
Mm-hmm.
worksheets. Okay.
I know, I'm sorry, I'm making you guys teach first period, but second and third is your prep time, okay? On all that, and I try my best not to have you guys interview all the way towards the end of the day. So you get like at least a 30-minute respite before 12:50, okay? So y'all I better not hear one complaint about new or fan and anything like that. So I try my best to make sure you guys are happy because you guys, our staff, I love you guys, but we're ornery people. We really are. We think we know everything. We're always cranky. So, but that's how we are, you know?
Are you gonna have coffee for us and food?
Yes, virtually. Virtually. So if you go to starbucks.com, take a picture, screenshot it, and send it to Sugar, and he'll make a movie about it. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, any other questions? I'm gonna stop recording so you guys can actually say what you feel.
Finally.
All right, did I say I stopped it yet? All right, so let me stop sharing.
Is
And-
there any